Today is such an exciting day. We're going to get to do a school presentation in Fort Worth to second and third graders. It's going to be 25 minutes for each. We're going to talk about the differences in standard size and bantams and meat birds versus laying and just ornamental. We're going to show the kids all the different colors of eggs on that chickens produce and the different sizes. We're going to bring 3 bantams, a Polish, a cochin, and a silkie, and then we're going to bring 2 standard size hens, a rooster and a hen legbar, cream legbar, and then we're going to bring 3 little bitty frizzle cochins, which I'm really excited to show the kiddos this. So are you ready? Here we go.
Is this on? We are on. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. This thing does weird stuff, doesn't it? Okay. So, today's career day. Y'all second grade or third grade?
Second grade.
Yay for second grade. Okay, is that the best grade ever yet or what?
Yes.
So, how many of you like chicken nuggets? With show of hands. Let me see your hands. Awesome. How many of you, all right, hands down. How many of you like eggs for breakfast? Awesome. Now quiet, don't talk, hands back down. And how many of you like cake? Awesome. Did you know that all those things are made possible because of chickens? See, yeah?
Yes.
How many of you know the difference between a rooster and a hen? All right, I'm going to pick somebody to answer. If you want to answer, keep your hand up. Purple jacket over there. What's the difference between a rooster and a hen? That's right. The rooster is a boy and the hen is a girl. We're going to have a few minutes at the very end to answer questions. So if you got questions, hang on to them really, really tight so we can get to them after, okay? All right. So did you know that there are big chickens and little chickens?
Yes.
All right. Do you know what a little chicken's called? They're all chickens. Big chickens are called standard size, okay? That means that they're big and you can use them for meat and make good stuff like chicken legs and fried chicken out of them and things like that. And little chickens are called bantams. Now, who here can tell me, or let's just ask this, does everybody know if I was to say my dog's breed is a Chihuahua? Okay, and my friend's dog breed is a Labrador. So when I say breed, I'm talking about different types of that animal. So a Chihuahua and a Labrador are both different types of dogs. So just like there are different breeds of dogs, there are different breeds of chickens. So up here I've got several different breeds. And when you want to raise chickens, you have to know about the different breeds and what each of them is best at. So some breeds are best for producing meat, and some breeds are best for producing eggs, and some breeds are just fun to look at, you know? And those are called ornamental. And did you know, tell me here, who can give me a color of eggs with show of hands? Let's see. Right here up front in the blue stitch outfit, very center. That's you. Nope, next to you. Brown. Yep. Can I get another color? I really like purple. Purple right there in the middle. White. That's right. Those are the kind I always grew up with. There's more. Okay, y'all know about more colors. Yellow right there. Surfar right there. Okay. And then how about right here?
There are ones that they're like black.
There are really dark eggs. Okay, green t-shirt. Yes, ma'am. Tan colored. That's right. Okay, has anybody here ever heard of Dr. Seuss, the writer? And have you ever heard of green eggs and ham?
Yeah.
Would y'all eat green eggs?
Yeah.
What if I told you that the chicken laid the egg green? Yeah, this is not dyed like an Easter egg. This is natural like this. This is born like this. This is made like this. So, real quick, this is my helper, Frances. And what she's wearing is an egg collection apron. And of course, you can use just an Easter basket. And you go around to the nesting boxes, which is where the chickens put their eggs. Now, big chickens got to have like a full foot by a full foot to lay their egg. And little chickens need like half that amount. So, right here, you will see this is a dozen eggs, the same size eggs you would buy at the store. But look at all the different colors that they lay. So each chicken breed lays a different color egg. See those two big birds in the top cage there?
Yeah.
That's a breed called legbar. And they make the pretty blue eggs, like that one right there on the top. Okay. And then other birds like an olive egger would lay the brown green one there. And then Morans would lay the dark brown ones. And the other breeds lay the other colors. I won't bore you with all that. And then just like big chickens lay big eggs, of course, little chickens make little bitty eggs like these here. See? Now, if you want to raise chickens, there's a lot of ways you can make money doing so as a career. That's what this is all about. This is about career day. It's not chicken day, it's career day. So how can you make a living out of chickens? You can raise them for meat and eggs. We talked about that. Do you know of another way, green sweatshirt? Yes, sir.
So how to make eggs is how chickens stay and that they can be safe so that they can lay eggs every time when we need eggs.
That's right. You can make those eggs and you can sell the eggs because we all need eggs right here in a blue t-shirt.
That you can also sell the chickens for money.
That's right. You can breed the chickens and sell them for money. One more answer, very back corner. Yes, sir, you have been so good about volunteering. Let's hear it. Oh, no. All right, right in front of you. Jasmine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can just sell the chicken as a breed. So a lot of people, you can just breed chickens. Now, that's a lot of what I do. I just breed chickens. I breed legbars and about 2 or 3 other breeds. And I sell them to people that want to use them. You can also make money by showing them at shows. And if you win at the shows, then that actually raises the value of your chickens so they're worth more and you can get more money per bird. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm actually going to a show tomorrow in Ellis County, the Poultry Trade Show Days. And that is a great place to get chickens. One of the first things you've got to learn is how to take care of the birds and where to get good quality birds. So you can get them from local breeders, you can go to trade shows like I'm going to tomorrow, or you can go to a local store like Atwood's and Tractor Supply Company. Has any of y'all heard of those stores? Yeah, some of you know. That's okay, that's fine. They sell animal food and they sell baby birds and they sell all the supplies you need to take care of them. So for baby chickens, I've brought a couple things here. We've got a waterer right here, and you just fill the top up with water and it comes out at the bottom. And then kind of the same thing for the feeder. There's 2 different types of feeders. There's the gravity feeder like this one, and then there's a trough feeder, which is just a big bowl that they can all get to at once. There's lots of different books you can get that will teach you about this subject. There's the American Standard of Perfection. This book here basically says everything that judges look for in shows. So remember, if you take your chicken to a show and you show them at the show and they're the prettiest chicken there and they get a blue prize ribbon, it's like a beauty contest for chickens, okay? And they get a blue prize, then that makes your chickens more valuable and people will want to come to you more. And then other books talk about what different breeds there are and kind of, what to look out for to make sure that they're not sick and that they're healthy. So, let's see here. I think we can go ahead and start on some questions. So, who has a question? Let's start with the teacher.
Okay, I know you mentioned that, one of the books like explains how to keep them safe and healthy. So do chickens get vaccinated to prevent them from getting like diseases or like viruses?
You know, this actually dips into a lot of what we ask about when you go to the store and you see organic, and then there's the non-organic. The non-organic, they use vaccines and they use other chemicals and things to try to keep diseases and things from growing in the chickens. Organic, they try to use more natural remedies. Now, sometimes organics still have some vaccines, like there's a Merck vaccine and some other things, and that's just basically like a COVID for chickens. So it can be kind of scary. You know, the chickens actually went through the avian flu incident, the bird flu, the same year after COVID. So it was like COVID, bird flu. So all us people, we had to go into lockdown and quarantine. And then the very next year, all the chickens had to go into lockdown and quarantine. But could you imagine, instead of being quarantined with your whole house and your family, you're locked up with your entire family in your bedroom?
No.
It was rough. It was a rough year. The chickens were very sad. All right, who has another question? Green long sleeves.
So can chickens fly?
Can't.
Kind of like when planes are getting all the way to the sky, can they kind of do that?
Okay, can chickens fly like an airplane? Chickens can do what's called gliding, so they can go short distances. They can jump up, they can catch the wind, and they can go. The smaller the chicken and the bigger its wings, the easier it can do this. So big chickens like that could probably jump from here and take off and clear y'all's heads and maybe land just behind you. Whereas the smaller chickens could take off from here and go all the way to the end of the hall, and if that wall was gone, they could go past that a ways. I had a little bantam about this big once that my sister thought it would be fun to chase, and that little guy jumped the fence, jumped my house, and ended up in the neighbor's yard. It took us an hour and a half to catch him amongst their goats. All right, let's see. Baseball cap, Star.
How did you get the blue book?
How did I get the blue book? I actually bought that on Amazon, and it's available at the APA website. That's American Poultry Association. Right next to you.
How much do you get paid for it?
How much do you get paid?
How much do you get paid? Okay, so it depends on what you're selling, the birds, from the birds. So if I'm selling just eggs to eat, okay, I'm going to get about $4, maybe $5 a dozen. If I'm selling eggs that maybe your teacher wants to buy a dozen eggs so y'all can hatch eggs in class, and maybe you're blessed with an incubator, I don't know. And those eggs there, those hatching eggs, because they're fertilized and they have to be kept very certain way so that they don't go bad, those eggs are more expensive, and they are about $36 a dozen. And then if I'm selling a hatchling, different breeds are worth more, but they range from $10 to $40, and then adult birds range from $20 to $120, again, depending on the breed. Far left, right next to your teacher. Mm-hmm.
How do you get the chicken?
I'm sorry?
How do you get the chickens?
Oh, how do you get the chickens? That was where you'll go. Remember we were talking about you could go to a hatchery, or you could go to a show, or you could even go to like Tractor Supply or Atwood's or one of those kind of places. Yellow shirt, center.
What do chickens need to survive?
What do chickens need to survive? Chickens need shelter from the storm and rain. They need good, good climate to where it's not too hot, not too cold. They need feed and a way to access it, and they need water. Back corner again. Let's see. Did you remember your question this time? What you got? Why is a rooster a boy? Because it's hatched that way and has an XY chromosome right in front of him.
How long does it take the eggs to hatch?
It takes 21 days for a chicken egg to hatch, and the first 19 days, you've got to make sure that the eggs turn, and then the last 3 days, you turn up the humidity and stop turning the eggs. Right in front of her, purple.
I have chickens at my backyard.
You have chickens. How many chickens do you have in your backyard?
They become I have 12.
Do what?
Like they come to my backyard and they lay eggs.
Oh, do they visit you and lay eggs? Are they not your birds? Yeah, chickens like to wander and they will get out any hole that they can find. So another thing I guess we could add to the what chickens need is good fencing. All right. Right there, little man. Yes, sir.
I have 3 roosters and 5 chickens.
You have 3 roosters and 5 hens. What type? Do you know?
No.
No? Oh, that's all right. Do you know what color they are?
Yeah.
What color are they?
One of them is orange and one is
One of them's orange and one. That's cool. That's cool. I got some white chickens and some orange chickens too. All right, right here.
And also, hens are they hatch eggs and roosters do not.
That's right. Hens lay eggs and roosters do not. That is correct. Go for it.
Which one are the biggest chickens?
Oh, okay, so the biggest chicken. That's a tough question. They're called meat birds or meat laying birds. And there's a lot of different breeds specifically. The biggest chicken I've ever personally owned was one called a buff Brahma. And they get to be a little bit bigger than these two in here. All right, I'm going to take, let's see, we got 5 minutes. Let's take 3 more questions and then I want to bring a couple birds out, okay? Right there, what you got for me?
My question is, how do you know there's a chicken inside the egg?
Oh, when you put the boy and the girl together, you put him under conditions so that he is kind of guaranteed to make sure that the egg is fertilized and that there's a baby in there. And then you start it in the incubator, and after about 2 weeks, you hold a light under it to see, and you can actually see through the shell and see all the blood vessels developing and the little baby inside the chick developing. And as we mentioned earlier, it takes 21 days. So the further you get to that 21 days, the closer you get to the end, the more chicken will be visible through the egg. You'll be able to see more of the chicken in the egg. Okay. Brown, right there. Yes, ma'am.
How long do chickens live?
Oh, chickens can live from 5 to 10 years depending on the breed. That's how long they live. Glasses in the back.
How can you tell that the chickens are hungry?
Oh, chickens will make a lot of different sounds. One of the good things, okay, so a lot of people get confused about roosters and hens. Why do you need a rooster? Because a lot of places that you can live won't even let you have a rooster. So what are roosters good for? Roosters are good to show the girls where to find food. And you can tell a chicken's hungry because it'll start pecking around looking for that food. And the rooster will actually walk and find the food and then peck and make a very specific noise so that the girls know where to find it at. And they'll lead the girls to food. And then the rooster will protect the girls and do all kinds of other cool stuff too. Right here in the front.
What types of food do they eat?
Chickens eat pretty much anything we can eat as people. There's a couple exceptions, like they can't eat eggplant. I don't know if you know what an eggplant is. I'm not sure I'd want to eat eggplant, to be honest, but they can't eat eggplant. So otherwise, there's a food you call just pellets or feed, chicken feed, and it's about $20 a bag at the store. All right, one more question over there by the teacher. What's your good? She says you got a good one. Okay, yes, this is a thing that freaks people out, but chickens eat meat, including chicken. Yeah, it's horrible. It just creeps me out every time, but it happens. It's life. Well, not a lot. Not usually alive. But yeah, if I was to make like a chicken salad sandwich and throw it out there, they would go for that, like big time. But they prefer vegetables. They do prefer vegetables. All right, so let's see. Who wants to see a chicken out of a cage? Everybody, every hand's up. So let's start with over here in the bantams. All right, so in here we've got 3 bantams, guys. We've only got like 2 minutes, so you gotta be real quiet, okay? I'm gonna show you two. I'm gonna take 2 birds out of here, and then I'm gonna show you 1 little one. No more questions for now, sir. I'm sorry. Take out this cochin. Right there. All right. So you will see Frances here is holding this golden bird, and she's got all these markings. This is a type of marking called lacing. This is a golden lace cochin, and she's got glasses on because they make it harder for her to target her friends and peck them, and those are called peepers. Now, so cochin, and cochin are known for having a heart-shaped body from the side. Now, the next bird we're going to grab is a bird called a silkie. Now, silkies are known for having a special kind of feather that's really, really fluffy. Okay? They're actually more fluffy than they are feathery. And they're a bird that's bred just for show and looks, but they're really good about sitting on and hatching eggs, too. All right. Now, the last bird I want to show you, because we've got like half a minute left, is a baby. Here in this little pouch. This is called a peep pouch. She's comfy in there. This is what you get if you breed a cochin, remember the first bird, and a silkie, which was the second bird. If you breed those together, you get a mixed breed. We'll get that cleaned up. Called a frizzle. And this is a frizzle cochin, which means that its mother was a silkie and its daddy was a cochin. And that bird there is about 3 weeks old. And these birds here are all full grown. All right, that's it, guys. You were great. Thank you so much for your time.
The second group of kiddos was just as well behaved as the first. I can't believe it. They were awesome. And they had just as many great questions. Here we go.
Okay, guys. Good job being quiet. We don't want to scare the birds, okay? So y'all are doing great. I love all the shh. It's like white noise. It's going to put me to sleep up here. All right. So we're here for career day. Y'all are 3rd grade, right? Did I get that right? Oh, that's an exciting age. I like 3rd grade. 3rd grade can be a lot of fun. Have y'all ever seen chickens in real life? How many here have seen chickens in real life? Awesome. And not just from KFC. We're not talking churches. We're not talking Kentucky. I mean, a real live with feathers on it chicken. Lots of people here. Okay, so who here likes chicken nuggets? Show of hands, no sound. All right, who here, hands down. And who here likes eggs for breakfast? Scrambled eggs, maybe over easy, whatever. Okay, cool. Boiled eggs for Easter. Easter eggs. Who likes Easter eggs? Of course, of course. And one more thing. Who here enjoys cake and pastries like muffins and things like that? We all like cake, right? Like for your birthday and birthday cake? Uh-oh. All right, we'll pause a sec. Hang on. We're going to let everybody else get here. Hello? Our crowd's getting a little bit bigger for those of you who can't actually see what's going on. Come on in, get a seat, get cozy. Continue being awesome. Y'all are doing great. All right, is that the last class for sure now? Okay, I don't want anybody to miss anything. No, you're fine. Okay, so we just asked this question just for you new people here. How many of you that just got here? Okay, if you've already raised your hand, you don't have to again. But how many of you who just got here like chicken nuggets? Show me your hands. And how about scrambled eggs or over easy for breakfast? Fabulous. Omelets, any kind of egg type dish. All right, how about cake and muffins? Beautiful. Now, can anybody in this room tell me what all those things have in common? Middle back blue jean jacket.
they are all chicken.
Basically, yeah. Chickens make all of them possible. So chicken nuggets, obviously, are chicken meat. And then you've got eggs and stuff. There'll be a minute, we'll take a few minutes at the end of this that we can answer some questions, okay? So if you've got a question, just hold it in your brain really, really tight and don't forget it. And hopefully, if I don't answer it, we'll be able to get to you at the end. So, who here, if I was to say my dog's breed is a Chihuahua, knows what I'm talking about? Right. So you've got Chihuahuas, and you've got other breeds like Labradors or Huskies or Saint Bernards or German Shepherds, right? And these are all what's known as a breed of dog. Well, just like there's different breeds of dogs, there's different breeds of chickens. And each breed of chicken is bred, made for a different reason. So there's some chickens that are made for meat, and some chickens are made for eggs, and some chickens are just for fun. I've actually got like 3 chickens here that are just cute to look at. And that's about all the purpose they serve. These bigger birds up here would be egg layers. And then meat birds would be even bigger than that. So there's lots of different ways to work with chickens and earn a living to pay your bills and stuff. You can raise the eggs that people would eat or make things out of. And then there's where you can have eggs that people can hatch and have their own chickens. And then their chickens can give them eggs. And then you also have birds that you're raising just to sell because other people want chickens. So you're actually hatching the chicken yourself. And Marco Polo is going to give you all a show over here. So chickens do lots of crazy things. What you're seeing here is actually dust bathing. So they do this to keep bugs and things off of their feathers. And there's lots of different things that go into taking care of chickens. So you've got to make sure that chickens have water and feed. And when they're little bitty, I've got some babies in this bucket that if y'all continue being good, we're going to look at here later, okay? And babies need a nice, warm, safe place that's dry, and they need what is pine bedding or litter so that their poop and stuff doesn't start to stink and doesn't get all over their feet. They need what's called a feeder. There's a couple different types of feeders. This one is called a gravity feeder. So the food goes in the top, and then it falls down into the bottom, and they can get to it through the holes. See the holes? And then the waterers kind of work the same way. The water goes in the top, comes down the bottom. There's different types of waters and different types of feeders, but basically your chickens need a way to get to their food, make sure the food stays dry, and get to water and make sure that it's clean and fresh and ready for them. Now, did you know that chickens make different colored eggs? We know, let's see here. Somebody give me a color of a chicken egg right here up front. Yes, ma'am. White? That's a good chicken color egg. Here on the end, front gray.
Tan.
Tan, yeah, like different color brown eggs. Right here in the gray shirt. Yes, sir.
Brown.
Brown, yeah. And then let's see, can somebody give me one more chicken egg color right here? Yellow, yeah, they like yellow eggs. Check this out. I want to know if any of you have heard of Dr. Seuss, the book, Green Eggs and Ham. How many of you would eat green eggs? What if I told you that the bird laid it green? There's actually lots of different colors of green eggs. This green is actually called an olive egg. So it's supposed to look like an olive, like a, I don't know what you'd put an olive on if you're a kiddo, maybe a pizza perhaps. And then there's brown eggs, but there's different shades of brown eggs, and some of them, like this one, have freckles all over the egg. And then this would be a tan egg. We had a tan egg mentioned, and we had white eggs mentioned. Now, did you know that eggs, they have something in common with flowers? Eggs have a bloom. What a bloom is actually a clear coat that the mama puts on the egg, and it keeps the egg safe. It keeps the egg from going bad and keeps bacteria from getting in the egg. So when you wash your eggs right after they're hatched, then you take that bloom off and you have to put something else on them like oil or something like that to keep the pores closed so bacteria and germs don't get in that egg and it doesn't get dangerous and make you sick. Did you know that you don't necessarily have to store farm fresh eggs in the refrigerator? You can actually store them on your countertop. So there's a lot of things that we think about eggs and about chickens that aren't necessarily true. Like you have to refrigerate eggs, and if eggs are not washed, they're dangerous. Not necessarily. So have y'all ever been to like a local show, like the stock show or something like that? There are specialty shows called poultry shows, and these are great places to get chickens, but you don't necessarily have to go to a chicken show. You can go to a local breeder, and that's another way that you can make money with chickens is by breeding chickens and selling them to people locally. So, let's see. How much time I got left?
You're good on time. You got like 20 minutes.
I got like 20 minutes. Okay. So there's different size chickens. There's smaller breeds, and then there's bigger breeds. A big breed is called a standard, and a smaller breed is called a bantam. And I'm going to pull out some of these bantams. Who wants to see a bantam chicken? Every single person in here. Come on, we got to hurry here. So the first one I'm going to pull out is called a Polish chicken. This chicken is bred almost exclusively for ornamental purposes. It's basically made because it looks cute. People think it's adorable. And they're known for having a big puffy head. So when somebody says they have a bantam chicken, they mean they have a little chicken. So this is Zippy. And Zippy is a Polish chicken. She's what's called a white crested Polish chicken. Now, every type of breed has different traits, and you can tell what is perfect or what would be the best type of bird to take to, say, a show. And you show your birds, and if they win in the show, like it's a beauty contest for chickens, say they win the beauty contest, that makes your birds more valuable so you can sell them for more. And all of those rules are actually spelled out by an organization called the APA, American Poultry Association. And they have this book right here. You can buy it on their website or on Amazon, and it tells you exactly what the judges are looking for. So if you're going to breed chickens and show them in a show, you have to know exactly what your chicken is good for and what its standards are. And you can find out by looking in this book. There's other books out there. There's a lot of different books out there that tell you about the different breeds and lots of different ways to find out. And every breed has its own specific qualities that are unique to it. So the next bird we're going to bring out is what's called a golden lace cochin. And cochin are most known for, they lay little bitty brown eggs, like these right here. These are little bitty bantam eggs, and the brown ones on the bottom are cochin. And the first bird, Zippy, she would make the white eggs up at the top. So those are her eggs. Now, cochin are known for having a heart-shaped body. So we're going to put her here on the floor. And if you look, if she'll work with us, from the side, her head makes one top of the heart, and then her tail makes the other back top of the heart. So she's supposed to be shaped like a heart, and that is like a perfect quality for cochin. The last one in this cage, the last bantam we're going to bring out, the last baby we're going to bring out is a special bird called a silkie. Now, silkies are really another ornamental bird, but they're really good brooders. They'll actually sit and hatch the eggs for you. And they're called silkies because their feathers are so soft. Now, I tell you what, Frances is going to go around. Hold her real good. She's going to go around and let y'all get a close look. We're not going to pass the bird up. Nobody touch the bird. But we'll let you get a little bit better look at it. So silkies have feathers just like any other chicken. We have an escapee. So what you see in my hands up here, as a baby chickie, that's right. If you breed If you breed a cochin and a silkie together, you get what's called a frizzle. And this is a frizzle baby right here. So the second bird and the one that Francis is holding now, you breed one like each of those together and you get what's called a frizzle. Now frizzles, silkies, and cochins all have feathers, but the feathers are shaped differently. So the center of the feather, that's the straight long part, that's called the shaft. And then there's fuzzy parts that come off the shaft. If those fuzzy parts have barbs, then the feathers are smooth, like the cochin. If they don't have barbs at all, then they're fuzzy, like the silkie. And if you breed them together, then it causes the shaft, the center part, to curl, and that's how you end up with these curly feathers here. All right, so we're going to take a few minutes to actually ask some questions and see if I can answer your questions. So one at a time. Red shirt right here.
What if a rooster and one of those?
The little ones down there. The little ones actually, okay, so the difference between the top and the bottom. This is what's called a standard size breed. So they have boys and girls of standard size. And then the bantams have boys and girls of bantams. So if the boy and the girl get together, then the eggs are fertilized and you can hatch them and have babies out of them. Very center.
You know the different kind of egg things? So there's like the brown ones, the teal, and all the things.
Yes.
Did your chickens make those?
Yes, those are from my farm.
And one more.
One more question, okay.
How many little chickens are in the clutch?
There are 3 bantams in the bottom. There are 3 babies up here. And then there are 2 standards on the table on top. Pink dress in the very, very back. Oh, okay, so the boy is the one with the curly feather, and they're actually the same breed. These are both cream legbars. They make blue eggs. The hen does. But the rooster is the one closest to me. His name is Marco Polo, and that is Fauna on the other side. Right here, very, very front. Boys and girls actually have very, very distinct traits. So the boys have a much bigger waddle, waddle and much bigger comb. So the comb is the thing on top, and the waddle is that funny dangling red thing underneath. And then the boys, if you look, he's bigger and he has a curly tail on the back. Now, some roosters can be a little deceptive and they don't have all those traits, but there's also things like longer neck feathers and longer feathers on the back. And most boys have spurs, which is a nail on the back of the thigh, and girls don't. Roosters actually act a lot different than girls. You'll be able to tell a rooster from a hen by the way it behaves before you will otherwise. Roosters crow. Hens generally do not. They do occasionally if there's no other rooster there, but roosters crow all the time. All the time. Who here thinks that roosters only crow in the morning? You are blessedly wrong. Roosters crow all day. Who here thinks that the reason the city doesn't want roosters in the city is because they crow? Nope. They don't want roosters in the city because they don't want you to make so many chickens that they're running the streets. Because hens, when they lay eggs, they make what's called the laying sound, and it's kind of a sound like over and over, and imagine 40 birds doing that all at once. They're much louder than the roosters. All right, next question. I'm going to get one of you and then the next. So y'all look at each other. Y'all look at each other. Yep, right, yep, you two, right there. You two, you and you. Y'all look at each other and go 1, 2, 3, and whoever gets to 3 first goes first.
How much eggs do you have?
How many eggs do I get? Generally, a chicken will give you 1 egg a day.
First rule of Chicken Club: no one talks about how many chickens are in the club.
Yeah, I get about a dozen to 18 eggs a day. Right here, blue shirt. Well, no. You're next, and then I'll get you in the blue shirt. Okay, go ahead.
The chicken got in my yard like a couple days ago.
Did it leave you an egg?
Nah.
Freeloader. That bird was just trespassed and didn't even leave a gift. It's like the Easter Bunny in reverse. All right, blue shirt.
At our house, we got ducks and chickens. Like, we have 20 of them. Guess what?
Huh.
My ducks and my chickens started to fight.
Yeah, not all breeds of poultry get along together. Poultry is a generic word for any domestic bird. That can be turkeys, geese, ducks, chickens, quail. There's a lot more. Yeah, ostrich, emu, lots. All right, Christian, what's your question?
I have 9 chickens.
You have 9 chickens. Do you know what color are they?
Some
Are they lots of different colors?
a bunch are white, some are brown, and black.
Cool. All right, right in front of him, blue shirt.
Does the girl and boy chickens fight?
Not usually, but the girl will take the boy on a good chase. Like they'll play tag all over the yard, and then when the boy catches her, they work on fertilizing the eggs. Let's get somebody from the back. I like your glasses, and those are sharp. I do. I sell hatchlings, and I sell what's called grow-outs, which are full-grown birds, and I sell the eggs that people can hatch their own chickens from. Purple shirt. That's what I was saying earlier. I've got about 20 or 30, about maybe 15 or so buttons. Blue jean jacket, one again. Okay, so we've got the one with the puffy head is Zippy. We've got the black and gold one. Her name is Lacey. She's got the glasses on. Those are called peepers, and that keeps her from pecking her friends. And then the one wearing the tutu, her name is Trumpet. Very front corner here. Huh? Okay, so a chicken will sit on the eggs for 21 days. They make sure that the humidity and the temperature, which is kind of like your weather channel, and your mom and dad are like, what's the humidity? It's going to rain. Humidity is like how much water there is in the air. So the humidity and the temperature are controlled by the hen, and then she rolls them every couple hours or so that they don't get stuck on one side of the egg, and it takes 21 days for them to hatch. Right here, white shirt, center.
How long does the egg hatch? How long does the egg hatch?
Oh, that 21 days. Far in.
How long can a chicken survive?
A chicken lives to be between 5 and 10 years, depending on the breed. Your friend right next to you.
The chickens are stealing their food.
Oh, that's actually not their food. That is the bedding that they walk in, and it collects the poop so it doesn't get all over the place and stink. Yeah, I agree. Ew. Sweat hoodie.
Did you name the baby chicken yet?
No, I wait until they get older and I know whether they're a boy or a girl to name them, and I just call them little nuggets until then. Teacher.
How much do your chickens, like the different breeds, how much they sell for?
Hatchlings at birth. Okay, so a hatchling under 2 weeks old at birth can range from $10 and go up as much as $120, depending on the breed. So the legbars are a more rare breed, so those would be the $120 mark, whereas, say, the cochin is a less rare breed, more common, easier to come by, so it would be like 10. I like your head wrap there. What you got for me?
Can chickens fly?
Can chickens fight? Chickens will fight. Girls do what's called pecking order, which is where they try to figure, fly. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. Okay, so common misconception is that chickens cannot fly, but the truth is they can fly short distances, but it's more of a glide than a fly. So like you've got birds that like flap their wings and it can just take off, and then you've got birds that have to have a running start and then they jump off something and then they spread their wings and just kind of float around. Chickens are kind of more of the floating around type. They've got to have a launching point, and then a good wind helps them. Red shirt.
So they're basically like a flying squirrel with like.
They don't climb trees very good. Well, they will perch on branches though. They will jump up and like kind of hop up onto a branch and then they'll stay there. And then they can glide short distances. So I guess kind of a little bit like a flying squirrel, they can kind of glide like that. Smaller chickens though can glide really far. Like the less the bird weighs in comparison to how long its wings are, the further it can go. You have been so patient. Go for it, girlfriend.
How can you tell what breed it is?
Oh, every breed has different standards and different things you look for. Like, for example, with the leg bars up here, you would want to look at the yellow legs. You want to look at the color of the ears, color of the feathers. If you really want to know specifics, that's what I was saying about this book right here. It has all the different things to look for to tell what breed a chicken is. And other books like the Chicken Encyclopedia even have pictures. How am I on time now? About 7 more minutes. Okay, we can take a few more questions, and then there's another great presentation coming up after me. On the end here.
What chicken is she holding?
She is holding the baby frizzle. Remember the one that is the baby of the silkie and a cochin together? That's a frizzle. That's got the curly feathers. You've been very patient. What's your next question?
What's the thing you are?
That is the next presentation. That is so cool. Y'all, I'm telling you, she's got some good stuff to talk about too.
What are careers in chickens?
There are a lot of different careers in chickens. That's a great question. Thank you. You can raise chickens and sell them for eggs and meat for food, or you can breed them for show and earn money that way. You can also just sell the hatchlings or the hatching eggs. And you can work with birds in veterinary services. So if you just want to work with the birds, but you don't necessarily want to collect eggs or try to sell the birds, you can be a vet taking care of the birds. And then judges get paid. So there's a lot of different careers working with chickens. Yes, sir.
Does the roosters fight?
If you get 2 roosters together and they don't know each other, they will fight. It's actually illegal to intentionally fight roosters, though. It's a sport called cockfighting, and it's really sad because it really hurts the bird badly. Pink dress.
I have a favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And one time their chickens, one time they came over here, and then when they went back to their farm, I saw like right next to my dog's house, I saw like a little egg there.
Oh, yeah. Did you know that? Okay, so a chicken can actually lay an egg that is missing the yellow part, and when it does that, it's a lot smaller. It's called a fairy egg. So that's another little fun fact about chickens. All right, last question. Somebody who hasn't asked a question, right here in the very middle, plaid shirt. Yes, sir?
How many days it takes for the baby chicken to come out of the egg?
We're going to do 2 more questions. You're next, okay, young man? Yeah, you're next. So it takes 21 days for a chicken to hatch. Was that your question? Was that your question? 21 days for a chicken to hatch? Yeah, it takes 21 days for a chicken to come out of the egg. All right, the last question is given to this young man in the plaid shirt.
I have a horse called Chicken Nugget, but I also have a rooster called Chicken Nugget. And every time I go, I call Chicken Nugget and they both come.
Yeah, chickens can actually learn their name. They learn different behaviors and activities. So if you come out at a certain time every day, they'll come out and meet you and get food. If they see that every time you're carrying a certain bucket, then they get a treat, they'll come out to get that treat too. Okay. And that is it. That is it. Y'all are great. Thank you so much. Give yourselves a hand. You are most welcome.
Wow, that was so much fun. I love talking to the kids and showing them the chickens. They got really excited about seeing the birds. Richard J. Wilson Elementary School, I'm glad you appreciate us coming out. We really appreciated the invite and the opportunity to share our passion with these wonderful kids. They were so well behaved. What did you think, Francis? Did you have fun? Yeah, you were such a big help. I'm telling you what, holding that one baby, if nothing else. Yeah, that little frizzle was frazzled. None of the birds are used to doing that, but we really enjoyed it, and we're hoping to get to do some more of these. So if you work with a school and you would like us to come out, be sure to post in the comments down below, and we'll find a way to hook up and get together so that we can come out and educate some more kiddos about this wonderful animal. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please give me a like down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to. And be looking. We're going to rapid fire again. I do this to y'all a lot. I'll go and then I just suddenly have like 2 or 3 videos. Yeah. Well, the next one coming up, we're going to be at the Ellis County Poultry Trade Show, which is tomorrow or yesterday or the day before that for y'all. I'm not sure. And I'm going to try to do, if they will let me, we are going to try to do the top 10 breed chicken video that I promised y'all last time, and hopefully get to interview and meet some great breeders and see some great chicks. So thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. As always, love y'all. Bye.